Lanez cat. Shout out to Hip Hop Daily, and most importantly, shout out to y'all for tapping in. But we're gonna start the video off like this. I have no hate towards any type of female artist or any females in general. I'm a man at the end of the day, so it's like I would never have hate towards any females. That's, you know, fucking just bitch shit. I wouldn't do that. So it's like on this video, I'm gonna be a man and say, yo, I apologize to Meg Thee Stallion, you know, even though I still don't believe the story. Like what I'm saying is the story don't add up to me, but that's besides the point. I don't want that to discredit my apology. So my apology goes out to Meg Thee Stallion, you know what I'm saying? And cause she did get shot. Okay, cool. She did get shot. No secret. You feel me? So hopefully she gets through that and continues in her career. Tory Lanez, they say he guilty. I don't care about the situation no more. You feel me? They say he guilty. Cause like I'm gonna be real. I don't know what funny games is played. There's too much rumor spread around. Rock Nation is managing her, so they backed a lot of things to make sure shit went her way. I don't know. What I'm saying is, okay, if Tory did do it, then yo, Tory, you gotta sit down and do your time like a man, you know what I'm saying? Next time, you'll know not to be in mixy ass situations like this, because now you'll know which way to go. But without further ado, we're gonna get straight into the video.
Went crazy when they heard Tory Lanez was being blamed for shooting Megan Thee Stallion after Kylie Jenner's party. It took over 2 years for the case to go to trial, but now it's finally over, and Tory might be sitting down for 22 years. Let's get into what went down. So back in July 2020, Tory, Megan, and a woman named Kelsey was all partying at Kylie's crib in the Hollywood Hills. At some point during the night, Megan and Tory got into it, and all three of them left the party. Not long after, police got reports of gunshots going off in the hills and arrested Tory for carrying a concealed weapon in the vehicle. But at the time, nobody knew what really happened. A couple days later, TMZ ran a story that said Megan's foot got cut up on broken glass inside the whip, but her and Tory never commented on the story. The next day, rumors started going around that Tory actually shot her, but their team was still quiet about everything. Social media went crazy with jokes and memes about the situation. Megan stayed quiet for a minute, but then she finally addressed the situation and tweeted that it might be funny for people on the outside to crack jokes, but it was her real life, and the whole thing left her hurt and traumatized. At this point, Megan still never said anything about Tory, but the LAPD already had him as a suspect. A couple weeks later, Megan went live to break down what happened. She let fans know the situation was serious and that she wasn't able to talk about it. Megan confirmed she was shot in both feet, but she never mentioned anything about Tory. Megan was still active on social media and spotted out walking around, which led to a lot of people spreading rumors that she lied about getting shot. All the abuse reached a boiling point, and in August 2020, Megan posted graphic photos of her gunshot wounds and called out the haters for saying she lied. She wrote, "I usually don't address internet bullshit, but y'all people are so sick. Sorry I'm not as sad and miserable as a lot of y'all, LOL, but I'ma keep being Megan the motherfucking Stallion." Putting up pics of her feet with actual bullet holes in them wasn't enough to stop the hate she was getting, so Megan went live the next day and aired out everything. She finally said that Tory was the one who shot her and addressed all the rumors going around about the situation. After Megan got shot, she hopped back in the whip with Tory and the others because she didn't have anywhere else to go. And when the cops pulled him over after getting reports for shots, Megan says she didn't say anything about Tory shooting her because she was worried that the cops would kill them all. This went down around the same time George Floyd got killed by the police, and Megan says she was afraid if they knew Tory had a gun, they all could have ended up dead. According to Megan, it all started when her, Tory, Kelsey, and Tory's bodyguard got into an argument in the whip. Tory didn't comment on the situation, but in September, he hopped on Twitter to promote his new album and wrote, "To my fans, I'm sorry for my silence, but respectfully, I got time today, 9 p.m. Pacific timing." The next day, Tory dropped the album and took a shot at Megan on the track Money Over Fallout. He said, "Gotta see a couple questions. How the f you get shot in your foot, don't hit no bones or tendons? How the f your team is trying to paint me as some whole menace?" Tory got dragged on social media for promoting his album like that and dissing Megan. Then 1 month later, he was officially charged with felony assault. He pleaded not guilty and bonded out, and Tory told his fans, a charge is not a conviction. A couple days later, Megan wrote a piece for the New York Times called Megan Thee Stallion, Why I Speak Up for Black Women. In the article, she talks about how violence has affected her and said, I'm not afraid of criticism, and protect black women should not be controversial. On the same day Megan's article dropped, a judge ordered Tory to stay at least 100 yards away from her and give up any guns he had. He was also banned from having any personal, electronic, telephonic, or written contact with her. Megan also clapped back with the song Shots Fired, where she said, you shot a 5'10" with a 22, talking about bones and tendons like them bullets wasn't pellets.
I thought she was 6 feet.
With a gun in his feelings. She also aired out Kelsey Harris for allegedly taking money from Tory to stay quiet about the situation. Everything calmed down for a while, but in July 2021, Tory violated the protection order when he performed at Rolling Loud in Miami. Then in December, the Superior Court in LA upheld his charges and the case was officially going to trial. Back in April, the prosecution asked the judge to revoke Tory's bail after he tweeted at Megan. DJ Academics was covering the case and posted how it was revealed in court that Tory's DNA wasn't on the gun that shot Megan. But Meg said she posted it before the court was even in session and aired him out for spreading false narratives. That's when Tory jumped in and said, you can't buy and tweet your way out of this one. Not today. Then, good had me f***ing 2 best friends, and I got caught. That's what I apologized for. It's sick how you spun it though. Tory's bond wasn't revoked over the tweets, but the judge raised his bail to $350K and banned him from directly or indirectly talking about Megan. The same month, Megan had an interview with Gayle King on CBS and talked about the shooting. Later, Gayle King wrote a piece about it and said, it bothers me that despite all the evidence, people can still troll her on social media, try to take her down, and make her feel less than. I don't understand that part of society we live in today. Then in October, a singer named August Alsina posted on IG and accused Tory of attacking him at a show in Chicago. According to Alsina, Tory and his crew pressed him while he was alone. Then Tory hit a blunt laced with cocaine and punched him while Alsina had his head turned away. Tory was put on house arrest after the alleged attack, but he denied the story during a live stream with DJ Academics.
I don't even know what this kid is talking about, brother.
Okay, so you're not involved?
No, hell no. I don't know if he's doing a promo. I don't know what that nigga is talking about.
Then he got even more bad news on December 6th after he was hit with another felony for discharging a firearm with gross negligence. 2 years after the shooting went down, the trial finally started. During the second day, Megan took the stand and talks about how the entire industry had turned against her and made Tory the victim. All the abuse she had taken was so bad that she told the court, I wish he would have just killed me if I knew I'd have to go through this. Kelsey Harris testified the next day and denied taking hush money from Tory. Back in September, the prosecutors had interviewed her, and Kelsey told them that Tory threatened to shoot her while they were in the car. But during the trial, she dodged a question about it and said, I don't want to be here. They put her back on the stand the next day and tried to press her again, but Kelsey told them the whole night was a blur and that we were under the influence. She said she didn't see Tory shoot Megan, but admitted that she texted Megan's bodyguard and said, help, Tory shot Meg, 911. On the 5th day of the trial, the jury heard Kelsey Harris' interview from September, where she admitted that she saw Tory shooting at Megan. The next day, the prosecutors used a line from Kelsey's diss track at Megan called Bustin' Back. The song came out less than a week after Megan's track Shots Fired, and Kelsey raps, are you lying to your label? Do they really know what happened? Who shot you? Cause you know it wasn't me. I was 10 toes down whenever you had beat. There was rumors that Kelsey was really the one who shot Megan, but they got squashed fast during the trial. And if she wasn't the one behind the trigger, that only left Tory. The defense also brought in a dude who allegedly saw the situation go down. His testimony was all over the place and full of bad info. After he was done telling his side of the story, it was clear that the defense was desperate for anything to make Tory look innocent. Tory didn't even take the stand during the trial. And 10 days after it started, the jury found him guilty in all 3 charges. Now he's facing over 22 years in jail, plus he could be deported back to Canada. When the guilty verdict was handed down, Tory's dad and stepmom went off and started yelling about the whole court system was evil. They had to be taken outside, and they kept screaming about how crooked the trial was and took shots at Jay-Z and Roc Nation.
I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. And the whole wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Jay hasn't commented on the case at all, but Megan is signed to Roc Nation.
Of course he won't.
Tory's lawyer says they're going to try and appeal the case, but as of right now, Tory's headed to prison. He'll be back in court in January for sentencing, so tap in for updates as this wild story develops.
Man, it's a crazy story. I pray all of them get some type of help, and it seemed like a whole toxic situation. With that being said, let me know what y'all thoughts on this. Appreciate y'all for the love and support. Love is love, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.